Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2025 Audi S8. Huge shout out to Audi Northlake for providing this sedan for me today. Take a look at their website, that link is down in the description. This S8 is finished off in Daytona Gray Pearl, and with the executive, luxury, and black optics package, MSRP is just over $137,000. Now this is powered by the 4-liter twin-turbo V8. It's paired to the 8-speed automatic, and it pumps out 563 horsepower, 590 pound-feet of torque. That power sent through the Quattro all-wheel drive system, propelling this 5,100-pound sedan from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds with a top speed of 155 miles an hour. This also has a fuel capacity of 21.7 gallons. You'll expect to see 15 miles per gallon in the city and 24 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 123.2 inches. Its overall length is 209. It has a width of 76.6, a height of 58.6, and its ground clearance measures in at 5.1 inches. Now, as we take a look at the exterior styling, you'll notice with the black optics package, that is why the front end is covered in gloss black. You'll notice that on the Audi badge itself. It's also on the surround for the hexagonal grille, where there's also a forward-facing camera, parking sensors, the sensor for distance pacing, there's the S8 badge, and then plenty of cutouts along with more gloss black accents throughout that grille. Now you'll notice there's more sensors on both sides in the lower section, along with some inlets, more parking sensors there, and then LEDs for all of the lighting as well. You'll notice too that there are headlight washers that's in this lower section here, so those will pop out when those are activated, of course. And then for the hood, two distinctive lines meet the top section of that grille very nicely. Now this model also has a really nice set of wheels with a massive set of brake calipers with the S-Line logo on them. You'll notice two power folding side mirrors which have a camera and a turn signal. There's gloss black for the mirror cap. It's also on all of the window trim. And then up top, there's a dual pane sunroof. So you have one for your front and for your rear passengers. There is a split right down the middle. And then for this very luxury focused sedan, I think it has a great side design. You'll notice some crisp lines in the lower section along with more gloss black near the lower side skirt there, and then a really nice angle and line going all the way back to the taillights, where of course they are LED, and that runs through the power trunk there. You'll notice more gloss black accents. There's the backup camera, all of the parking sensors. It's in the lower diffuser there, and then there's also the quad tip dual exhaust. Now we can use the button on the key fob or the electronic release underneath to gain access to the cargo space, where you have a pretty good amount of space. Now, with the executive package, the back seats do not fold down, but as you can tell, there is a cutout right in the middle, but it is a pretty deep compartment to allow you to put in several items. There's also that storage bin on the left side. You do get a spare where you might be able to fit some smaller items, and then there's also tie-down hooks too, so you can safely secure any items that you may have. And then up top, you can close the trunk or lock the vehicle at the same time. Now, if you do lock it, grab any door handle and that will unlock or lock the vehicle. And then in back, this is really where you want to be. So there's the adjustable sunshade. There's also memory seating adjustments too, where you can even recline these seats. Really nice trim accents, all the alcantara. There's window controls too. There's also sunshade adjustments that you can use and control. You get a little bit of storage in the armrest, along with some in the lower section there. And then take a look at the Merlot red leather interior. There's also the Audi branded pillows, so you can place those throughout the vehicle where needed. And then we have a lot of space. So at 5'10", I can almost stretch my legs completely out. You'll notice there are storage pockets behind both front seats, more carbon fiber accents. There's also vents in the middle, along with the fan speed. And then underneath that, there's also some auxiliaries that you can pop out. Now, going back to the door panel, you have this control on the right side that will actually open up the sunroof. So you can use that to tilt and open the back glass, and then the one to the left will open and close the sunshade up top. Where you'll notice too, everything is alcantara, and then there's also some lights in the middle along with the mirror that you can fold down as needed. Now, right in the middle, you do have all of these controls here that you can go through. Heated and ventilated seats. You have lights that you can get into, monitor all of that information. You can get into the seats, so each seat there, along with seeing your temperature in the lower section. You do get massaging seats. You have different settings that you can go into as well, adjusting the headrest, just every part of the seat there, which is really nice. There's the blinds that you can get into, so you can open and close them as needed. You have 4 in the rear here. Then you can also swipe over and view some of this information. So you have quite a lot that you can get through just in the back. And then behind that, all the seat controls. So you can use these to further adjust the seat. You have lumbar support, all of that information. And then you can even use these controls to adjust the opposite seat. So really neat to see all of that. Now there's some auxiliaries with storage in the middle, and then that cut through into the back. You can also flip this up where this is a 5-seater, so you can have 5 people, and you can even pop out the cup holders on the end there. And then as you can tell, there's a lot of space in the back. At my height, 5'10", I even have 2 or 3 inches above my head. And then if I push on this recline button, we can start to go all the way back. So this is pretty impressive to see. So you can just lounge out and get a ride in the back of this vehicle. So definitely very spacious and where you want to be, especially riding around. Now you'll notice too, we have this ergonomical design for the release handle, and these doors are also soft closing. So if you don't close it all of the way, it will close for you, which is nice. Now as we work our way up front, door panel is just like the rear. There's all of your memory seating controls, window adjustments. Side mirrors are also power folding and heated. And you'll notice there's a little bit of space in the lower section, and you still get some storage in the armrest there as well. And then even more alcantara in all of the stitching. And then this has a solid and a perforated leather steering wheel. But let's fire this up, take a listen to that V8. And coming back to the virtual cockpit, you'll notice there is some fixed information like engine temperature on the left, fuel on the right side. And then you can use buttons on the left side of the steering wheel to further go through this information. You'll notice the tach is fixed in the middle. There's also miles per hour and what gear you're in, and then date and time on that right side. So you have some info that you can easily get through. And then you can also push on view, where it's going to provide that information to you in a much larger screen. Especially if you want to view the navigation, you can pull that up and still go through the rest of this with your tach and miles per hour now split on both sides. Now on the rest of the steering wheel, you have Bluetooth and voice commands, volume and tuning. There's also a favorites control. There's paddle shifters too, and then your cruise settings on that left side. And then to the left, you have your headlight adjustments along with the fan speed there. This also has a head-up display, so it's just showing miles per hour at the moment. You'll notice air vents and more carbon fiber underneath that. And then with one of the 2 screens in the middle, the upper screen has a lot that you can go through. There's that split view, and then several icons that you can get into as well, depending on what you'd like to see. You also have haptic feedback for all of these controls within the screen, with those shortcuts too on that left side. Now in between both of these screens, still within this lower screen though, you have engine start stop. There's also parallel parking, so you can access that. You do have shortcuts here where you can put in addresses for your navigation. There's the rear sunshade, also adjustments into the head-up display, so you can go through that. And you can also turn that upper screen completely off. Now for the lower screen, this is basically all of your climates. You have heated and ventilated seats. There's also your temperature, fan speed, where you'd like the air to go. You can of course access the rear as well, and the heated steering wheel too, by going into those 3 dots right there. And then you have recirc and a few other adjustments. Now you do have a shortcut to drive select, so this is for the different driving modes, as well as being able to raise and lower the suspension. So you do have an adaptable suspension. There's traction control, some defrosters, and then you have a shortcut to the camera system. So you can pull this up where you have several different angles, just depending on what you'd like to see. And of course you can pull up the 3D view and swipe around the entire vehicle. Now there's also another shortcut to gain access to your parallel parking, and there's also a few driving assistances. So you can go through and customize that as needed. Now you do have power and tuning for your audio. There's also cup holders and a 12 volt. And then with the release on the side, we can push this forwards. That is how you get into reverse. So you have that camera system, of course, and then you have drive, and you can also shift using the shifter or the paddle shifters. Now there's also the e-brake behind that. And then you do have a split design for the armrest. You have some auxiliaries, wireless charging, so you can place your phone right there, and then you can easily close those. And you have plenty of space in the glove box too. You'll notice the fan speed for the passenger nicely integrated into that gloss black. Now you do have garage door buttons up top, there's dome lights as well, and then controls for the sunshade and sunroof. And then here's a look at visibility. It's a long vehicle, but you also have a lot of glass. So it is very easy to see in both directions. As we set up behind the wheel now for the S8, I did forget to mention that this also features all-wheel steering. So for its added length, that's going to be much better in parking lots and slower speed situations, which is a nice added feature to have for this ultra luxury focused sedan. Now this is pretty much the top level from Audi in terms of it being very luxury focused, having several options. As you've seen in today's video, this is pretty much a fully loaded S8. So we get to experience everything that this sedan has to offer, including the power. So it's in dynamic mode. It's not a loud vehicle because it's on that luxury focused side, but you have plenty of power and a good sounding exhaust. So we'll give it an acceleration here. Not loud, but definitely that deep grunt that you want to hear. Paddles are also very responsive too, so instant gear shifts, and it is very, very smooth. So on the upshifts and downshifts, you can't even tell that the vehicle is shifting. Again, another feature that you want in a vehicle like this. So you have a powerhouse, you have something to get up and move. Around turns, I mean, it handled that one pretty well. It's not a vehicle meant for going on back roads, but you do have the adaptive suspension, which will stiffen up a bit, especially in dynamic mode, to help with the weight of this vehicle. So it can carry its weight well, but just going at normal speeds. It's not a performance vehicle necessarily in those situations, but it's definitely a great vehicle to drive. So if you are wanting something very luxury focused, very quiet too, there hasn't been much road or traffic noise the few miles that I've put on this so far. You really didn't even hear that small car pass. This is a great option, especially if you are putting a lot of miles on your vehicle, or if you have someone driving for you, you can just recline in the back, maybe do some work, sleep, whatever, and just get chauffeured around in this vehicle. So as a driver, it's very comfortable. I'm assuming it would be great for the rest of your passengers just to relax in this vehicle. Seats are also in a good spot too. Headroom up front at 5'10". I have maybe 3 inches or so, and we do have a height adjustable seat, so you can be taller than me and still fit comfortably. But yeah, just a turn like that even, it feels pretty solid and planted. So maybe you could push it a little bit, but you're just wanting something that is going to be very comfortable for your day-to-day driving. And we're still in dynamic mode, second gear. Here we go. And just a mild acceleration, shifts are pretty much non-existent. You can't feel them at all. And as far as handling goes, again, just at a normal rate of speed here, it definitely carries its weight very well. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the S8. We haven't seen the latest update for this model just yet with the large curved screen that is slowly starting to trickle into a lot of the Audi models. I am not sure, based on what I have heard, all of the even numbers from Audi, so S8, this even number here, might be going to just full e-tron, so the electric vehicles. I'm not 100% on that with the S8 model here with that twin turbo V8 engine. That is something that a lot of people from Audi really like to see in the performance models. All of the higher end trim levels that have this V8 engine, I really don't see them going away from that, so maybe there will be some exceptions. Some of the other models like the S6 will be going to just the e-tron model. So it will be interesting to see if this is the latest update for this car, or if we will have a completely new, at least A8, S8 for the next generation. But definitely a very nice vehicle to drive. Something that you can just go on long road trips and be comfortable. This would be a great road tripping vehicle, and it has a lot of great tech to it. Obviously, you don't have to spec it this high with all of those options. And we even have the road in front of us currently at the moment. So we can see the road shape, which is pretty neat. Nothing else on the head-up display from what I've seen, just miles per hour and your speed. But a great option to go with, and hopefully they keep this V8 engine because it's very popular. Personally, I would get it. I like the power that it has to offer. And in terms of its maneuverability with all-wheel steering, let's see if we have to back up at all, because it will definitely shorten our turning radius. That is very impressive for such a long vehicle. And let's tone it down so we can go into comfort, where it will adjust the suspension slightly. That will also change on the highway too. And in comfort mode, sounds about the same. So I think it's just focused on the suspension with your driving modes there. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2025 Audi S8. Once again, a huge shout out to Audi Northlake for providing this sedan for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.